and welcome to Campus Insight, your go-to podcast for all things related to student life and learning across the globe. I'm Grace.
And I'm Bella. Today we're taking a close look at a topic that touches the lives of many in our international community, mental health and well-being for international students in higher education.
I'm Keer, and together we are going to explore what it means to be an international student dealing with the pressures and expectations of studying abroad.
Hi, I'm Helen. We'll discuss the challenges these students face, from cultural shocks to academic pressures, and what that means for their mental health.
And I'm Ivy. It's not just about the challenges, though. We will also dive into the solutions, how universities, communities, and students themselves can work together to support well-being and foster a thriving educational environment.
This topic isn't just academic for many of us. It is personal, whether you're an international student, a faculty member, or just someone who's interested in the health of our global student body. Today's episode promised to be enlightening.
With students coming from diverse backgrounds and cultures, the fabric of international education is rich and complex. Understanding this tapestry is key to fostering an environment where all students can succeed.
So whether you're listening from a bustling campus cafe or from the comfort of your home, we invite you to join us in this important conversation.
Let's make a difference together by shedding light on these crucial issues and finding path forward. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started.
Diving into the heart of today's topic, international students face a unique set of challenges that can significantly impact their mental health. To start off, let's talk about one of the most talked about issues, culture shock.
Right, Grace. Culture shock isn't just about missing home or dealing with new foods. It's about encountering a completely different set of social expectations and norms. For many students, this transition is not just unfamiliar, it's disorientating, contributing to feelings of isolation and loneliness.
And building on what Bella mentioned about social expectations, there's also the academic culture shock. Many international students come from educational systems with different teaching styles, student-teacher interactions, and learning expectations. Adapting to this new academic environment can also be a really great challenge.
Absolutely, Keer. Language barriers amplify these academic and social challenges. Even if you're fluent in the language of the host country, the academic jargon, local dialects, and even everyday slang can be making communications exhausting. This often leads to misunderstandings and a sense of inadequacy, which can be particularly stressful.
And we shouldn't overlook the impact of financial stress. Many international students finance their education abroad through savings, loans, or scholarships, which adds an additional layer of pressure. The fear of not performing well academically can jeopardize their financial stability and their educational opportunities.
That is a heavy burden indeed, Ivy. Another significant issue is the legal and bureaucratic hurdles that international students often face, such as visa restriction, work limitation, and sometimes a complex and unfriendly bureaucracy. These challenges can make students feel vulnerable and insecure, adding stress and anxiety.
It's also important to mention the lack of social support, being far from family and longtime friends, and sometimes struggling to make new connections in a foreign environment can make international students particularly vulnerable to loneliness and depression.
And in some cases, discriminations or xenophobia can also play a really important role, whether subtle or obvious. This experience can deeply affect students' sense of belonging and self-confidence, making the academic journey much harder than it should be.
With all these factors at play, it's clear why mental health issues are more prevalent among international students compared to their domestic peers. Understanding these challenges is the first step towards addressing them.
Exactly, Helen. And while the problems are complex, awareness is the key to change. By openly discuss these issues, we can begin to think about meaningful solutions that support the mental and emotional well-being of international students.
Understanding the challenges is crucial, but what's even more important is finding effective solution. Let's discuss how university and community can support international students better.
One fundamental approach is enhancing university support services. This includes providing access to multilingual counseling and mental health services that are sensitive to cultural differences. These support services should not only address crisis management, but also offer ongoing support for stress and anxiety.
And it's not just about mental health service. Academic support plays a really important role as well. Universities can offer workshops and tutoring that help international students navigate the academic expectations and standards of their new environment. This support can relieve academic pressures and build confidence.
Another key solution is fostering social connections. Programs like peer mentorship, international student clubs, and social events specifically designed for international students can help build a supportive community. These connections are essential for reducing feelings of isolation and loneliness.
Technology also offers unique solutions. Universities can utilize apps and platforms that connect students with online support groups, virtual counseling, and resources that can be accessed anytime and anywhere. This is particularly helpful for those who might feel uncomfortable seeking help in person.
Let's also talk about preventive measures. Educating faculty and staff about the unique challenges faced by international students is critical. Training programs that enhance cultural competency can lead to a more supportive and understanding campus environment.
Universities can also play a role in reducing the financial burden, providing more scholarships, financial aid options, and work opportunities for international students. Those can reduce one of the major sources of stress and allow students to focus more on their studies and less on financial survival.
Legal and administrative support is equally important, offering guidance on visa regulations, work permits, and even tax obligations can significantly reduce the complicated stress that international students face.
Integration into the wider community is also crucial. Collaborations between universities and local communities to host cultural exchange events can enhance mutual understanding and appreciation, enriching the experience for both international students and domestic residents.
Lastly, we shouldn't underestimate the power of advocacy. Creating platforms where international students can voice their concerns and suggestions for improvements can empower students and help institutions identify and prioritize needed changes.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it is clear that while the challenges facing international students are significant, the opportunities for university and community to support these students are equally vast.
Indeed, Grace, it's about taking proactive steps and adopting a holistic approach from the administrative staff to fellow students. Everyone has a role to play in creating an environment where international students can strive, not only just survive.
That's right, Bella. It's also about continuous improvement. Universities need to keep the lines of communication open with the international students, gathering feedback and making adjustments to programs and supports as needed. This dynamic approach can really make a difference in how the students experience their educational board.
And let's not forget the broader impact of these efforts. When we support international students effectively, we enhance the global character of our educational institutions. We foster a community that values diversity, learns from different perspectives, and prepare our students for a connected world.
Absolutely, Helen. And for anyone listening who might feel overwhelmed, remember you are not alone. There are resources, there are people ready to help, and there's a whole community that understands and supports you.
To all our listeners, Whether you're an international student or someone involved in the education sector, we hope this episode inspires you to seek out support, offer support, and contribute to making the academic journey a positive, enriching experience for everyone.
If today's discussion resonates with you, don't hesitate to reach out to your campus support services for resources and further information. Education is a journey we all share, and together we can make it better for each other. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and TikTok and subscribe to our podcast for more insightful episodes. Until next time, take care and stay connected.